Hey guys and girls, my name's Dan, welcome back to the Forge. In this episode of Trust Me, I'm a blacksmith. Let's upset some bars. The next couple of weeks, the videos are going to be a little bit different. No how to makes or anything like that. They're just going to be a little bit vloggy. I've got another railing job to do. It's similar to the one I did before. It's for the same customer. So I'm going to start with an upset. Upset the enders of these bars. It's slightly smaller bars than last time as well. But anyway, start with the upset. Then we're going to move on to hole punching, and then we're going to move on to the assembly and all that stuff. I wanted to do it with the other video, but certain things got in the way and caused me some problems. So that's why we're here now. So I'm going to get on with this job and hopefully you enjoy it. So when it comes to upsetting bars, you really need to do a lot of prep work before you start getting things hot and jumping up the bar. And I find the best thing for prepping these bars is to really go to town on their mothers. Say what you like about their mothers, the bar's mother, because that really will upset it, and you'll be on the right road to getting what you want out of the bar. I mean, if you're desperate, talk about his sister. You know, she's a stop out. She's the village bicycle. You know, that'll really upset them. And if you really want to get to the crux of it, talk about how pathetic the bar is. It's wasted its life, you're about to turn it around, perhaps it should be grateful, you know, just nasty, horrible comments for a real true upset. What the hell did he do though? Oh well, I'll do it the normal way. Welsh Dragonfire now comes in a tin for blacksmiths only. The most important element of upsetting is fire control. I want a nice short heat on the end of this bar for upsetting. I'm not going to upset much past here, but if I had a long heat on here, there's a potential for this bar to bend. I always try and aim for an almost fire welding heat, and then using a nice heavy block. Turning it through 90 degrees every time. Start jumping up the bar. and it's important not to try and lose too much control. If this starts to bend too much, I need to stop and sort it out. Something I like to do in between heats is take the corners off the side at the end that you're going to be upsetting. This focuses a lot of force onto a smaller area, and then that bit gets pushed up inside, and then all you have to do is take the corners off. Okay, so if the section that you want needs to get jumped up further up the bar, like this one does, just quench the bottom half off like this, or up to as far as it's come. Like so. Take it over to the swage block. And then back to the power hammer to bring it back to section. And rinse and repeat. I'll keep doing this process over and over again until I get to the shape and desired size that I require. In order to do that, I use sets of calipers. You can use verniers if you want to, but I find calipers work best. They're set at a size and you just use them to work out whether or not you're anywhere near. Something else you can do if you find that you need to move a bit of material around after the initial upset is hammer back. And then finally, after all that trouble, a bit of dressing. By taking off the corners. Like so. I'm filming this today after I filmed the big upset video, the 25mm square video, bouncing it up and down. I'm just going to do a small demonstration now using a piece of 20 square, that's 3/4 inch bar. I'm going to basically get the end hot, I'm going to show you how to do the fire control, I'm going to do a bit of an upset on it, and just show you a different way of doing it, especially when you can't use the weight of the bar to jump it up for yourself, and just go through a few of the little minor details that make upsetting a bit easier. So I was taught a couple of different ways to upset bars at uni, and I also got a little bit of a masterclass off a guy called Brian Russell. If you don't know who he is, go and check him out. He's an awesome British blacksmith. Now, the idea, the consensus idea for most people is that you want to be hitting and turning. So you want to be hitting, holding the bar up, hitting it down together, lifting it back up and turning. This does two things, or it's supposed to do two things. The first thing is it's supposed to keep your temperature high, because you're always taking it off of the anvil, and the anvil isn't getting a chance to suck all the heat out of the bar. And the second thing is this turning motion is supposed to be keeping it central. Now, I don't do much upsetting, only of people, not really of bars, so I'm not great at this. Also, another technique that I've recently picked up that I find really helps keep the bar central is to forge back. So the idea is to forge back the bar into itself ever so slightly. Now, if you're starting a fish lip, you're doing this wrong or too cold. You want to be forging the bar back into itself after every upset, and then bringing it back over and like so, and then bring it again. Okay. Another thing to remember about upsetting is you need the heat where you want the upset. If you want the upset in the middle of the bar, there's no point heating all of this up because it's just going to bend. Right, let's get on. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to bring this bar back. So I'm getting right over the metal and I'm hammering back the stop. Now I really like to do this at a fire welding temperature, especially the first couple of blows for the upset. It makes life a lot easier. So this is what you're looking for at the end of the bar, so that you've got a small hexagon, small square in the middle, and keep that nice and even in shape on the edge there. Right, back in the fire. First thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to quench this bar off. Two reasons: I want that heat nice and low down on the end of the bar, and also I can now hold it in my hand. I'm just going to bring this out, stand at 45. Back in the fire. Okay, same again. Lift it, turning every time. Now I'm just going to press up the sides ever so slightly and bring these corners in again. Also, if the bar's quite short, you can use a pair of tongs. You can use a pair of bolt tongs, rivet tongs, something like that. But the only problem is you have to turn yourself around every now and then in order to get try and keep this straight. Especially on smaller stock. Now, I'm dressing this as if I would for a job. Okay, so here's the upset bar. This started out at 20mm-ish, and I've managed to get it up to 27-ish. A little bit under that way, but you know, it's not bad considering I wasn't really paying much attention. Now, what you can see here is a bit rough on the outsides, but it's fairly square, it's fairly central, and it comes out nicely. So I could do better on this side, but you know, it's just a demonstration. So that's how you bounce up smaller bar. So I hope you enjoyed this video, a little bit more of a sort of tip, how to do things, sort of technique, styly video, a bit like the fire welding video. The next couple of weeks are going to be a little bit more like vlog style videos, and also the How to Make Money series, which is coming up. I've got lots of railing works and big stuff to get done for you guys to see. Now, I got some hammers done. These are Chris Lawrence's, these are winging their way to you, mate. They'll be in the post shortly. Travis, I've just got to finish handle off yours, and that'll be on its way to you as well. I've also got cups through for the Patreons, and they'll be in the next couple of videos. They're going to be a bit more vloggy, so there'll be some random stuff in there. No hammer time for a little while. I did try to get hammer time up, but it failed miserably because of some corrupt file on an SD card. I have no idea what that's all about. So thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and remember subscribe if you haven't already. If you are a subscriber, remember ring that bell for notifications, because that will give you information every time I make a video. Go over and check out my channel, because there's loads of stuff over there that you can see. Everything from fire welding all the way to how to make hammers and tongs. I will also be giving you some information about getting stuff from the website very soon, because I'm bringing out a starter set, and it'll involve block brushes like this one, not this one because this is my tongs and stuff like that, and there's one lucky gentleman, Thomas, who's already got one. He's going to be the video pilot for those, so let me know if you're interested. And sorry about the grinder, but I'm in a bit of a rush, so that's going to have to be the end of the video. So thank you for joining me, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I will leave a link up here to a random video, and I'll leave another link down here to another random video. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. Right, go on.